As a nation, we're facing a situation unlike anything we've ever experienced before, with an unprecedented disruption to our lives and our economics, and with many around our country sick or fighting for their lives. In the midst of so much uncertainty, it's inspiring to see the care that we have for each other and for our community. On behalf of all of us at Zoo Knoxville, we're sensitive to the enormous needs in the community at this time, and we are so humbled that so many have stepped up to show their support. When the zoo closed on March 16th, we did so because the community's well-being needed to take precedence over our financial needs. However, the closure coincided with the beginning of area spring breaks and the time of year when the zoo begins to generate operating income that supports us for the entire year. Each day we are closed, we are losing an average of $22,500 a day. As a nonprofit who generates 75% of our operating dollars from guests coming through the zoo gates, this has created an emergency financial situation. But we will not compromise the care of our animals, but we do need financial help to bridge the gap until we can reopen. Knox County has been an important partner to Zoo Knoxville, and at this time I would like Mayor Jacobs to speak to the situation. It is true that our elephants and a lot of our animals here eat browse. We call it browse, but it's really tree limbs and the leaf that comes from trees. And you know, our focus right now, of course, is on our crisis relief fund, and we do have all of the food that we need and stock reserves of that. But fresh browse is something that we are always looking for. So elephants need that for their digestive systems, and they also need it just to thrive behaviorally as they would in the wild. So if you want to contribute to our browse program, you can contact the zoo, and we can talk to you about what species of trees that the elephants and gorillas and other animals can eat. There's certain ones that aren't healthy, and particularly if you are cutting down a tree, bringing down a tree after a storm, those type of things are when we can especially use that, and it is an active part of our behavioral enrichment program to provide that. We have been getting some other questions that I thought would be a good opportunity to address, and I touched on it just a little bit. One is with regards to our food. And so as part of our emergency preparedness plan, as I mentioned, we have stocked up on a reserve of food, and we have just about all the produce that we can physically hold without spoilage. So we're getting questions of, can we donate food? Outside of this browse program that I'm talking about, we're okay in that regard. And the other is volunteering. We have been so overwhelmed by people saying that they would come out and help the zoo. That is so touching, and we do have a volunteer program typically, but right now even the zoo's core trained volunteers we're asking to stay home and stay safe. The zoo's core team who remains here to take care of the animals have divided into quarantined groups, and they are working in isolation from each other so that we can maintain our workforce to provide the best care possible for our animals. So thank you for those volunteer efforts, and I would encourage you that if you want to volunteer at the zoo, please go to our website and look at that volunteer program. We are always happy to have volunteers. We have over 270 right now, but even we're asking to stay home. So, so please come back to that. And in closing, we just want to help all of us as a community get through this together. One of the ways we are doing that while we're closed and practicing safer at home is through Facebook at Zoo Knoxville. And we're doing that by bringing the zoo to you. It's a program every day that takes you behind the scenes with our keepers and shows animal updates and to see some things that you've hopefully not seen before, and to visit your zoo friends that we are hearing that you've been missing. Although the zoo is currently in a crisis, as are many businesses, we are very eager to reopen and to be part of an economic recovery driver for our community. Last year, the city's largest attraction, our tourism impact generated over $22 million to our local economy. Knox County's help will help us regain our footing. So thank you, Mayor Jacobs, for your leadership and for supporting us during this crisis. And again, thanks to our community for the just overwhelming and humbling support that you all have given since our closure and every day. So thank you.